And they've made accusations ranging from that Camp Ashraf houses suicide bombers, female suicide bombers, that they brought down or attempted to bring down airliners. And most recently, there was an allegation that said that the attempted attack on the Saudi ambassador was in fact done by the MEK. Now, to me, that demonstrates sheer desperation, that they are now looking for any and all excuses to put forward to discredit the MEK. And what they're doing is building a stronger case against themselves. Because everyone, to include President Obama, who has made statements saying that these accusations about the MEK are false. Secretary Clinton has said the same. No one believes these lies. The only people who believe the lies are the people in Ahmadinejad and Maliki's inner circles. Now, I've spent a lot of years of my career looking at intelligence reports, and as Ambassador Daly pointed out, where is the evidence on any of this? And as General Shelton has pointed as well, there is none. Reports that have been slightly redacted, and there is no shred of evidence that the MEK is involved in any such activity. And you'll find no one, and I would say certainly no one who was previously in the government, such as myself or Director Free, or probably people in the government today, although they can't, from the intelligence community, can't come out and give public statements. I would seriously doubt if any of them were able to find any information which would further corroborate Tehran's accusations that the MEK is a terrorist organization. In his annual report just earlier this year, the UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon called for respecting the human rights of Ashraf residents and urged for a consensus solution to the situation. Now, Secretary Clinton traveled to Tripoli last week, in fact on October 18th, and her goal was to reassure the National Transition Council and the rebel leaders of U.S. support. She announced a set of new programs designed to foster closer U.S.-Libyan ties, including U.S. help for treating fighters wounded in Libya's insurrection, resuming student exchange programs, and she pledged an additional, unsolicited, $40 million to help in Libya's efforts to track down and destroy dangerous Gaddafi-era weaponry, not weapons of mass destruction, shoulder-fired weapons, that type of thing. The residents of Camp Ashraf are not asking for money or political support or material support. They're not asking for $40 million. But if the Secretary of State can offer to the Libyan regime, well, we'll help take care of your wounded fighters, what is she doing for the people who were massacred in April? And the likelihood that this will reoccur by the end of the year. That's what the people of Camp Ashraf need. Secretary Clinton, it's time for you to do the right thing. Delist the MEK from the Foreign Terrorist Organization list. The whole reason the MEK was kept on the list was an appeasement to Ahmadinejad. Because we thought, with false hope, that this would allow the United States to provide some meaningful dialogue with the repressive regime. And as the previous speakers have mentioned, and others will when they come up to speak, this is a renowned terrorist-sponsored state. You do not negotiate with terrorists. It has not worked in the past, it will not work today, and it certainly will not work in the future. The time for review is over. The time for action is now. Thank you.
Well, for the past 2 hours, we've heard an extraordinary number of presentations. It's been an extraordinary performance, and as I said before, I'm very proud to associate myself with all these panelists. Could you please join me in giving them once more a round of applause?